welcome to the stream here today. Merry Christmas for all of you watching. It's only 3 days, and you know, it's the most wonderful time of the year, as they say. So we're gonna, as they say, try and get this stream set up in the Discord, and then we should be getting on with the race. I don't think there's that many of us this weekend, and yeah, again, not surprised, especially with it being this time of the year. I do apologise for my lack of enthusiasm. I'm continuing to try and find a reason to commentate on these races, because I'm not gonna lie, it's so hard doing this by yourself. Like, it is. It's really difficult. So, you know, I hope you guys enjoy this as much as you possibly can. Right. Right, hopefully this can start soon, so I can watch some people crash. Well, we're about to go into the Christmas season break after Italy, and we won't be back until the 5th of January at Monaco. So, you know, I do hope you guys enjoy a lovely Christmas break. I definitely will, and I hope GFRL won't be too missed. However, we're looking at the standings right now, and I'm not gonna lie, Prix and Luca are the two drivers leading the standings. Domi is actually in 3rd right now, and he is participating. In fact, the top 3 in the Drivers' Championship are participating. And Prix was saying last week how, you know, he doesn't think he's going to last very long in P2, but do you know what? I still think he's got a good chance. Anyway, Joseph File is in 4th with 25 points, actually matching Domi, technically a joint 3rd here, with just showing consistent performance after consistent performance. However, we do, and if we go to the constructors' standings, we have Mercedes leading with 53 points, Alpine in 2nd with 31 points, then we have AlphaTauri in 3rd with 25 points, Aston Martin joint 3rd, in 4th with 25 points, Williams with 22 points, McLaren with 14, Alfa Romeo with 10, Haas also with 10, Red Bull with 8, and Ferrari with 4. So all teams have actually scored points now, which is always good for the championship, because it makes the grid a lot closer. Anyway, let's get on board with Leon, and for some reason I have the controller vibrations, and I can feel in my controller everything that Leon is doing. That's interesting. He's let the Alpine by of Mihai, which means Mihai is most likely going to be our first runner. I'm going to have to get used to this. In fact, I don't want to hold that controller anymore, because that's weird. I'm sorry. I can't put that down because I can still feel it. Yeah, so basically, for some reason, there's controller vibrations for the commentator now. This is slightly different. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to turn this off. It's so strong. I can literally feel it through my my bed. Vibration. Is there not a turn off vibration for commentator? Alright, I'm just gonna have to do it the PlayStation way anyway. you are gonna watch Numi go on his lap right now. Let's. Oh. I was not expecting that to freeze the stream. Anyway, let's get on board with Mihai right now, watching them go around the first sector, taking that very aggressively, those curves there, into the second sector here. Not the greatest corner I've ever seen, but it will do for now. It's gonna be the fastest time, as it's the first time. So let's see how he does. He's just left the Acqua Minerale. Imola is a track with actual names for corners, so I always like to get them up on my phone because I can never remember them. You know, it's always good to get a bit of culture into Formula 1 and GFRL, and Mihai sets the current fastest time of a 1:15. Let's get on board with Kevin, who I think's about to cross the line and set another time. No, they're actually about to start their lap. We've got Mercedes of Domi. Ooh, Domi obviously sets the fastest. Not surprised by that. Eweg goes second quickest, by almost a second in 1.1 seconds. These are massive gaps. I mean, Gabri sticking it a little closer to Domi. In fact, that's very close to Domi. That's closer than we normally see him. Very good result from Gabri there. Just File coming in 2 tenths behind Domi. We know what this means. It was probably a shocker, and he's about to blow away the rest of the grid very soon. Let's get on board with Luca. Luca is about to set their lap for us to see. Where is Luca going to stick that Alpine? And he sticks it on provisional pole for now. That's a good lap. A tenth quicker, almost a tenth quicker than, not almost, it is a tenth. But, like, yeah, he's quicker. Great. Blackberry has just come in 2 tenths slower than Domi. This is a lethal pair, Domi and Blackberry, honestly. 2 great drivers. Leon Pitt must have had a problem. Aiden with a 42.1. I'm afraid he's going to have to do better than that if he wants to show some pace here. Honestly, I'm going to have to say the same about Ruby. He's invalidated as well. Not great. Anyway, Aiden is 2 tenths up on his time from that point on the last lap. He's actually gone fastest through the middle sector. This makes me believe that something did definitely go wrong on this part of the track, and let's hope that Aiden can stick a good lap together. That was very clean through there, I'm not going to lie. So let's see where he puts his Williams. Is it it's P5. What a great lap from Aiden. Kevin is on his hot lap. If we remember earlier, he just started his, but he pits. Okay. Yeah, that was a little slow. He must have had some sort of a problem on that lap. Leon's coming out of the pits, revving that car in second gear. Not a clue on earth what tactic this is. It's not exactly going to save fuel. In fact, it'll be wasting fuel. But, you know. Who knows? Maybe this tactic instantly sticks you on pole position. Ruby is also going to be on an outlap, and so are a few other drivers actually. Domi's now on another outlap, and we've got Aiden coming on his in-lap actually, but you know. Right, let's get on board with Leon. Let's see how he does on his lap. He gets a good getaway from the Ravazza. And he's about to go into Tamburello. Now, everybody knows Tamburello because it's the famous Tamburello corner. Where, you know, someone hit the wall about 30 years ago before Ayrton Senna crashed and died there. At least he died doing what he loved. But yeah, anyway, going into the Tosa right now. Well, he's just left it. He had a good getaway from there, I think, and that looked fairly decent. It's a bit of a janky lap, this, I'm not gonna lie. It looks a little choppy. Oh, going over that and invalidating his lap. That's not what you want to do. Get set a time this far into qualifying. That's not what you want. Domi is on a lap right now. He's just come out of Tamburello. And he's about to go into Tosa, or Tossa, however the corner is pronounced. I am not Italian. He has just gone fastest in the first sector, into the second sector now. Where's he gonna go? Oh, he's got a bit of traffic coming up. Let's hope that Alpine gets out of the way while he's going through the Aqua Minerale. And fairly good through there. Now into the chicane in Imola. He has gone fastest in the middle sector, just like the first, and I'm assuming the third will be the same as the first two. So let's see how much Domi can extend. Not extend, he's actually in P2 right now, force a habit, but where can he stick it? It can only be an improvement. That improvement is not enough. Not often we see that from Domi. Wow. Let's get on board with Gabri. Gabri's just going into the second sector right now. And Gabri has been showing good pace today. So let's expect a surprise from the Haas driver. He's always been good and he always will be. It's just a fact. Solid driver, Gabri. Anyway, let's see how they do in this second sector. So far, it's a 49.5. He's 7/10 up on his time. And he's just gone fastest, but he's binned it! He's binned it and he's spun it coming out of the chicane! Oh, he's going to be absolutely gutted there. He was truly on a good lap. Truly on a good lap. Right, let's see if we can get on board with someone else. Ruby. Ruby is on a lap right now. He's just gone into the second sector. And let's see how much he's up on this lap. That's a hard corner to get right there, I'm not going to lie. You can... Oh, he's 8/10 down on his time. Yeah, and he's also... Yeah, no, that's not a lap. Luca into the pits, Domi into the pits. Blackberry is on a lap though, and he is... Where is he? Let's just make sure. No, he's not going to be on a lap. Is Aiden on a lap? Aiden is on a lap. And he's just slightly up on his time right now. And this should be a good lap from Aiden. Let's see how much they can improve by. Aston Martin there of Leon locking up and creating a lot of smoke there. Let's see how Aiden takes the chicane. He's just a little lower than 1/10 of a second. Oh! A lot of people losing it coming out of the chicane there. That's not great. Ewake's just come across the line to stick his car into P7. Decent run from him today in Imola. Is anyone out on a lap? Leon's out on a lap. Let's hope this time actually sticks. Anyway, going through Tamburello. Bit squeaky through there, but he's got to keep his foot down because he needs to set a time. This first sector is not the quickest I've ever seen. It's not the worst though. So who knows? He's definitely going to be panicking at this stage of qualifying, not having set a time. I mean, I don't see him beating Felix 1, but I do see him having an opportunity at beating Mihai today. And I'm not going to lie, Aston Martin need all the points they can get right now. So let's see what Leon can do, especially as he hasn't had a great start to the season other than Portugal. He has missed a few rounds, however that could be a contributing factor to his poor season so far. However, that one result in Portugal that he has had was absolutely fantastic. Anyway, he's going to cross the line now and he's going to go P11, just a tenth slower than Mihai. He's going to have to go for another run. Felix 1 retires, so at least Leon won't be starting dead last. Locking his tyres into turn 1. That's probably purposefully done. Gabriel on an outlap here. We've got Domi on an outlap as well. We give Domi a lot of fuss, and I give Gabriel a lot of fuss as well, to be fair, but I feel like Domi gets a lot more fuss being the world champion. So let's see what Gabri can do on this hot lap. Down the straight, hitting a top speed of 333 kilometers an hour. That's about 206 miles an hour for our Americans out there, and the British people who don't understand kilometers. Oh, very quick through the chicane there. That genuinely looks beautiful. Going into the second sector right now, I'm not going to lie, that Haas on an absolute flyer. It looks ridiculously quick. Gabri looks quick. And he really is on a good lap right now. So let's see how the rest of this goes. Now, last time he came through here, he set the fastest middle sector, and he's done the same here. But he takes the chicane a bit carefully, and a bit too carefully, I think, which may mean he's lost a bit of time. But who knows? It could still be a good lap. Let's see where he can stick his Haas. I'm not going to lie, and I say I'm not going to lie a lot, but I'm not lying. I think he's going to put it quite high here. I'm expecting a P4. Oh, he doesn't improve. It's got to be that final chicane. It's got to be that final chicane. Right, on board with Ruby then. Through Tamburello, it took a fairly wide entry into that corner, and I'll tell you what, the entry into the first corner was beautiful. The second one, not so great though. The chicane looks fairly clean. Oh, he's invalidated. Alright, well that's the end of that then. A lot of drivers invalidating today. Can we expect a lot of time penalties as well? Can Blackberry actually secure a P2 here at Imola? I'd love to see Blackberry get onto the front row. I genuinely love it. Oh, Leon retires. Not going to give it a second chance then. Yeah. Who do you think could get pole position here? I genuinely think the only two drivers that I can see fighting for pole right now are Luca and Blackberry. Both together on the grid and both about to set and start their start their laps, not set. Eway comes through there only on an outlap. Ruby's on a hot lap right now, actually. He's low on fuel, apparently, according to the game. So, let's see Ruby go through this lap. We'll hop on board with Luca or Blackberry later on in qualifying. I'd love to tell you... Oh, there's only a minute left it's really hard sometimes to keep up with the timings, especially as drivers like to slow it down to the point of yellow flags. So when that happens, I don't see anything, and Ruby has invalidated his lap again. But I don't think he's given up. Even though I think he just wants to see... Oh, is he going to race it to the line and see what he could do? Right, let's get on board with... Oh, Blackberry's pit. Let's get on board with... I think Luke is out of the session here, and Blackberry's given up. So that leaves Josefile and Aiden to give us something interesting. Ruby retires as well. We do have Eweg, Kevin and Mihai. However, not expecting a massive climb. Let's hope they can surprise me and prove me wrong. But Aiden looks like he's on a good lap here right now. But he is down on his time. That was incredibly close to track limits. Atoms touching that white line there. Let's see what he can do with the rest of this lap. Oh, Josefile goes onto pole. I genuinely was not expecting that. So, who knows? Anyway, Aiden stays where he pretty much started. So let's see Kevin, what he can do on his lap. He's just gone fastest in the middle sector. That chicane looked way too careful. You got to take those curbs a lot more aggressively. Let's see as he goes through the final corner where his Red Bull is actually going to go. And it's P8. He goes ahead of Ruby. Now, if we do have two DNFs here, it will be 100% points awarded to anyone who finishes. So, any drivers listening, just stick around, because you never know what could happen. Don't be a dumbass is what I'm saying. Seriously, people use 3 tyres? Alright. Didn't look like that session needed 3 tyres. People crashing at the end of qualifying. I am not a massive fan of it. Anyway, here's your starting grid for today as Josefile grabs pole position. In an absolute surprise, might I add. I really was not expecting that from Josefile. Well done to him. Let's see how the race is going to go. I reckon we are in for maybe less safety cars than usual, because it's a traditional racetrack. A conventional one, should I say, more. I mean, it is traditional. It's been around, oh, Jesus, for a long time. I think since the 1970s or 60s, Imola has been a racetrack. Could be even earlier. Uh, 1953. Built as a racetrack originally for testing Ferraris. Anyway, here we are at Imola, and we've got 5 red lights, and they're away. I completely lost all audio then, and all HUD. In fact, we've had a massive crash there at the back. Kevin's out. Sorry about that. Yep, there's a... Oh, Jesus, bit of blocking there from the Ferrari, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Gabri has been taken out. Yeah, that was an interesting race start for me. I couldn't hear anything, and I don't know about you guys. I couldn't I don't know if you could hear me, but that was fairly interesting. Blackberry's lost a few places here at the start, and Eweg and Felix one's made their way up the grid, but Eweg has I think, let's see if we can. Eweg's maintained position. Mihai's made up 4 positions. Leon's made up 1 from a DNF, and Aiden's made up a position as well into P4. Wonder if Aiden can show us another podium today, like he did last time out in Saudi Arabia, shocking us all with a great podium. I'm not gonna lie, I love it when drivers give us a bit of a surprise because it makes it a lot more interesting for me. Anyway, safety car on lap 1 due to that massive crash at the start. I reckon Gabri. Oh, no damage, just contact then. Well, that's good. Oh, I think Eweg's got damage here. A penalty? I might have missed that. Let's have a look at incidents. Yeah, Eweg given a 5-second time penalty for that collision with Kevin. We'll have to get a look after the race on that incident with Kevin. From what I saw, just looked like a driver moved over and he got sideswiped a bit. Anyway, here's your possible race strategies for this weekend. Already been changed a bit by this safety car. Josefile leads Grand Prix for not the first time, but genuine contention for the win for a first time against in a normal Grand Prix, should I say, where the leaders aren't taken out. So Josefile definitely putting up a strong stance up towards the likes of Luca and Domi and Blackberry. Bit of a locking up there, not spraying, but creating smoke in the faces of other drivers. Can't be the greatest thing in the world for your tyres. Definitely wear them out quicker than you want them to. Constantly locking them. We'll probably have another lap of this safety car and then we'll go in, hopefully, because I'd like to see some racing. Anyway, is there anyone watching the stream right now? There's 3 people. You know, fair enough. To those 3 people, welcome. Hope you're having a great time. I'm having an alright time. I want to see some racing here. And there's not much racing that's gone on so far. Obviously 3 laps of traffic. Televised traffic. So, you know, anyway, let's hope everyone's got their setups done for the race over the weekend, and we have no complaints about drivers using the wrong setups. And let's hope just genuinely for a good race for the remaining 29 laps of the Emilia-Romagna Ferrari Edino whatever Grand Prix. As Joseph File in charge of the pace here. So let's see how they take this, and they're away. They've left Luca in the dust a bit, and that low downforce package from Luca is going to help him out one hell of a bit here. Oh, locking up slightly, going into Tamburello, puts him under threat from Domi here. Let's see if Domi's going to try and make a move in the next few corners. Don't know if he's going to be able to. But Domi needs one hell of a performance here to gain some points in the Drivers' Championships if he wants to sort of put himself into contention, because it can all start to slip away after a few poor performances. You know, I'm not going to lie, Saudi Arabia wasn't exactly his fault. If he was here in Saudi Arabia, actually, I can't remember. He has gone fastest in the middle sector on this lap. Let's get up telemetry for the drivers. He might just be hanging back a bit, you know, waiting for the perfect time to attack. God, Blackberry's actually lost a few positions now. Lucas sets the fastest lap of the race, and Blackberry has dropped down a bit. The two drivers in front of him battling. Felix Swan getting ahead of Aiden, and I'm afraid Aiden might lose another position here, but Aiden's actually keeping in that slipstream of Felix Swan. Kevin leaves the session now. Aiden keeping in the slipstream of Felix actually makes him much better, much easier. Makes it much easier for him to defend against Blackberry. However, no more slipstream for Aiden, and it's only a matter of time for Blackberry to get ahead of the Williams driver. I say that, but there's so much of a bunch up at the front of the grid. The back of the grid has actually started to catch up, and Aiden, there's a chance that he actually does have a slipstream here. So Blackberry might be using a lot more ERS. In fact, Blackberry's going to cut to the inside. He's going to try and... Oh, Aiden actually backs off there for Blackberry. Aiden had a good shot at defending that. I'm not sure why he gave up. Fair enough, though. I know those two drivers are... I think those two drivers are good friends, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe a little friendship power going into this race today. And I'll tell you what, I've never said this before, but Blackberry, he's got a run on Felix Swan. And Felix Swan is actually quite slow right now. Oh, Domi's actually gone off the track. They're very close together there. They almost collided. Blackberry's actually had to brake to sort of keep it together. However, they almost all came together at that braking zone, just a few corners back. Domi loses a position. That's one position lost. Is it going to be a second? Is Blackberry going to recapture the P5 that he started in? I mean the P4, sorry. Not now. It could be soon though. Let's look at these Mercedes fight. Which one is better? Which one is the quicker driver? Blackberry going for a slight look down the inside there. But nothing comes of it. Felix Swan making up 9 positions in the first 7 laps. Brilliant. Domi with a solid pace right now. However, those mistakes that he's been making is starting to hold BlackBerry up, and I think there needs to be a decision made for either Domi to get on with it, or I think BlackBerry needs an opportunity here, because it genuinely looks like that. No, I think Domi's actually picked up the pace a bit now. Felix 1 into the second podium position. Now he's going to go chasing after Joseph Fili for first. Let's see who will win in this early stages battle. Joseph Fili or Felix 1? Because Felix 1 is a long way down the road, almost a second behind. And Joseph Fili is genuinely going to be preying on getting Felix 1 out of his DRS right now. And oh, he's losing time to the Alfa Romeo. Luca is gaining on the Alfa, and Domi gaining. In fact, all the drivers have started gaining on Felix 1. As much as I was praising Felix 1 for his pace there, all of the drivers are showing great pace right now, and Aiden is keeping on to the back of the back of our leaders here. So I wouldn't count him out. Gabri obviously having that horrible start, getting tagged at the beginning. Unlucky for him. He was looking to have excellent pace this weekend. Joseph Fili, Felix 1 and Domi separated by barely a second. Ooh. I think Domi's just got Luca as well, and do you know what? BlackBerry is about to get Luca as well. Let's get on board for this overtake that could happen, to be fair. Luca has been good at defending in the past. All goes wide, 3 second time penalty. Bang, that's going to ruin your race when you're fighting with drivers this close to the grid. Mihai gets a 3 second time penalty. And lapped by almost the entire grid there. Poor BlackBerry's had a bit of a stinker coming out of that corner. Not a great corner, well, not a great chicane for him. Got Domi into the pits. Has Domi received damage? We'll find out in a second. BlackBerry into P3. So now let's have a look at Domi. Penalty. What was this penalty for? Incidents. Oh Jesus, the amount of incidents. No. Yep, no, I think that was a front wing change. Or a tyre change, not sure. Anyway, Felix 1 into the lead after that, and rockets off. BlackBerry 4 tenths behind Luca now. This move could be for the lead of the championship, I reckon. I'm gonna have a look in the standings where Felix 1 is. Felix 1 has 0 points. This move is indeed for the lead of the championship, and with Luca out of DRS, it's going to be a fairly straightforward move for BlackBerry as he goes round the outside on the straight into Tamburello and effectively into the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Good on you, BlackBerry. Oh, I think Luca might be coming back at BlackBerry here. We might see these two tussle for the next few laps until their tyres begin to fall Blackberry on the mediums, Luca on the hards. Which driver's going to be more effective here? I reckon the medium tyre is the better tyre compound at this stage of the race, but that hard tyre is going to become much better as this race progresses, because that medium tyre has been shown to wear a decent amount. It's not instant, but when the wear does start, it kicks in, and it kicks in hard at Imola. So let's see. The medium or the hard? Is the medium gonna last longer than expected? Who knows? Breaking the wall slightly there, I think. Especially with the new tyre thing in the game. I don't exactly know what it's called. New tyre wear model in the game. When you clip the wall and rub your wheels up against the wall, it does wear your tyre out a lot. A lot. So it's not something I recommend brushing up against the barriers in F1 23. Daimi sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix on soft tyre, 1:16.4. Very good lap. In fact, I think that's I think he's beaten Mihai's quali time there, or Leon's. So very good lap. Bearing in mind his car's basically full on fuel. Anyway, Blackberry's been catching on Felix 1 here. He has actually been catching him, not by a crazy amount, but it's been an amount. He's not going to have DRS here. And Felix, do you know what? They're both matched on the ERS. This is looking amazing. The gap's actually being managed now by Felix 1. I think he's realised how close he's been getting. I think Felix 1 could just have a lower downforce setup. However, it's working for him. Yeah, Blackberry gains a lot of time through the corners, and Felix 1 is, I'm sure, just praying for the straights. Let's see what's it actually going to happen here. Let's get rid of the position change. Let's see if we can just get up the penalties. It's a 1.3 second gap between Blackberry and Felix 1 now. Blackberry has dropped off a bit, however, it's hard to tell right now. Josefile receives a 3-second time penalty. Full track limits puts him on 6 seconds now. Leon joins the club of time penalties. Felix 1's downforce, significantly low downforce package, is going to give them a massive advantage on the straight here. I actually don't think it's doing a lot right now. Let's see if we can get telemetry data up. Felix 1 has started pushing significantly. However, Blackberry really is managing this gap well. He's keeping with him, and that's exactly what you want to be doing at this stage of the race. Both drivers on the medium tyre as well. So, you know, honestly, credit to Blackberry. Where he's gone from, where he's got to. Right now, one of the best drivers in GFRL in my opinion. I try not to be biased here, but I've got to say, my top 5 in this league right now have to be Blackberry, Luca. This isn't in like order, but it's got Blackberry, Luca, Daimi, Felix 1, and honestly, I know he's a reserve driver, but Cam. So I can't really stick him in there. I've got to say Josefile or Gabri. Either of those two, put them in the top 5. I know Josefile's shown better performances than Gabri, however, I think Gabri's a solid driver. He gets the job done every day of the week and the day you want him to. Anyway, as I've been waffling a bit there, Blackberry's shown his massive balls and decided to start catching on Felix 1. Not just catch him, but actually put some ERS into his car, and I think there's going to be an overtake in the next few corners here. What a race so far from this guy. Honest legend. Honest legend. He had a great race in Saudi Arabia. Do you know what? He's had a great season so far. You just got to credit this man. The honey badger of GFRL. That number 3 on his car. Definitely showing similarities to Daniel Ricciardo. He's a late breaker. He's very quick. I haven't seen him stick it on pole too many times, but I've seen him fight at the front. He's fighting at the front right now, and I reckon he's gonna have an opportunity on this next lap. Halfway through the race, at 50% distance, Blackberry's gonna have 44% ERS. He's gonna have the DRS, and he's pitting. He's pitting. Is he gonna make a move for the undercut? Right, medium tyre, hard tyre. That was a really good pit stop there. Felix 1 keeps in the lead. Luca inherits second place. Aiden into third. Blackberry is probably going to come out around P6 or 7 here, I think. In fact, he's just going to come out behind Domi. Leon just behind. So Blackberry's obviously going to have to clear his teammate. He's on a soft tyre. Domi's definitely going to have to pit again later in this race. So I think it's a good shout for him to just let his teammate by. Luca not showing much of anything right now, I'm not going to lie. That hard tyre did not come into action as much as I was expecting it to. And Felix 1, not exactly sure if he is. No, he's going to stay out for another few laps. I reckon lap 18 we see some more pit stops around then. Well, at the end of lap 18, so lap 19, I reckon. Blackberry is he catching Domi? He is catching Domi. Quite a rate as well, Jesus. Alright. Do you know what? There's actually a chance that Blackberry had clipped the barriers and that tyre wear did actually get just too much for him to handle at that point, and his front right will just have started to wear a bit much. So, you know, maybe he's just gone for a tactical pit stop. Jesus Christ, lots of penalties. Ruby, 12 seconds behind, into P10. What an overtake from Ruby. Honestly fantastic. I've never seen anything like it. Honestly, this Ferrari driver, he could be world champion one day, this lad. Definitely. Felix 1 looked a little slow through that corner, I'm not gonna lie. He's going to stay out for another lap. I do think that these tyres are definitely coming towards the end of their stints. We've got Aiden. Aiden's done a good race so far in P3. Very good from Aiden. He's a solid driver. As much as I was saying about putting Josephile or Gabri into that top 5, there's not a shadow of a doubt that Aiden could be that 5th driver as well right now in GFRL, because Aiden constantly shows consistency, and as we know, consistency is key. It's valued more than anything, because would you rather take a driver who could show up, maybe win 3 races in the season and then crash every other race, or would you take Aiden, who's a driver who's fairly solid and finishes 5th every single race? Honestly, I'd take the driver who finishes 5th, because it's more points and it means your team does better. Aiden is a very good driver. There's not many bad things I can say about him. Domi and Blackberry, they've caught each other up right now. Will Blackberry's caught up to Domi, and Jeez, I can't get over Black Prix in this race. Excellent, excellent. Oh, Aiden retires. Aiden retires, and there's a safety car. Oh, this throws a spanner into the mix. Oh, safety car. This actually is going to make things a lot more interesting. Luca has stayed out. Luca's stayed out. Felix One's pit. Domi's going to pit. And Blackberry's going to pit. Do you know what? I would take a pit stop here. I think he's going to be held up a bit. Actually, what tyres is he putting on? Soft compound tyre. I'm not going to lie, if I was Blackberry or if I was Domi, probably would have kept it on the hard tyre or moved on to the hard tyre for Domi's sake and tried to go to the end. Because Blackberry's in P5 now. He's got to overtake Mihai. I don't see another safety car coming. I genuinely don't see another safety car coming in this race. At least there's a 100% chance of points now, so any drivers listening to this, don't DNF, because you can get points. Literally, even if you sit there and do donuts for a few seconds and then drive around the track again and then do more donuts and then get lapped like 5 times, you'll still get points. So you know. Go nuts. Yeah, this is going to bring the pack together again, as safety cars do. Luca's has pit and is in the lead now. I think he's going to lose this lead to Felix One, actually. Yep. This safety car, it hasn't worked out for the Mercedes pair. I know they're high on the grid, but it's I don't think it's worked out as effective as they would have wanted it to. It's worked out for Leon. Leon's made up a few positions here. Over that 3-second time penalty's definitely going to kick him in the arse towards the end of the race, if he wants to keep that 7th place. I think the race at the back here today is to watch. Is going to be between Gabriel and Leon. I think Gabriel will overtake Leon fairly quickly, but Eweg's fairly quick. Gabriel's fairly quick. Leon's shows decent pace a lot of the time. Shows an ability to climb the grid more than anything. Good race pace. Joseph File always showing how fantastic of a driver they are. Black Prix, again a legend in GFRL. He's been here since most of season 1, the end of season 1, I think. And I've raced against him. A brilliant driver. Mihai. Mihai's a crisis waiting to happen, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to be rude about the guy, but he's a bit of a safety hazard. Domi, again, world champion, legend within GFRL. One of the first drivers to, I mean, not one of the first drivers, because we've had many drivers dominate GFRL, but the driver to dominate GFRL. I think the most dominant season of GFRL that we've ever seen came from Domi. We've seen Luca this season. Luca has been absolutely fantastic so far, and obviously showing themselves as an excellent driver. Then we have Felix One. Again, one of the most dominant seasons GFRL has ever seen in this league's history, and an utter dominant driver who shows no remorse for anyone, not even Ruby on lap 36, or was it 32? I can't remember. The point is, you're not given any chances with Felix One. If this safety car lasts There's a chance this has worked out for Mercedes. There is a chance that it's kind of worked out for BlackBerry as well. Can you make those softs last 11 laps? Has tyre wear been high? Can he make those softs last 11 laps? The safety car's going to go in this lap. Yeah, it is. I was about to say it should do. It is going to. Felix 1's going to control the pace going off. BlackBerry, can he make those softs? It's not going to be 11 laps. It's going to be more like 10 laps. I wish you could check the tyre wear of drivers. This is really interesting. It'll make it more interesting for me. Anyway, let's see how Felix 1 gets this off the start. Ooh! Luca trying to go a bit side by side there. That is a big no-no, not allowed here in GFRL. BlackBerry, all the drivers kind of being able to defend due to slipstream. Now, BlackBerry's most likely going to have a better run here and most likely going to make a move into the chicane. Oh, bit of tyre banging there. Joseph File actually tries to go around the outside of the Alpine as well. Mihai drops down 2 places, 3 places, losing a place to Mihai at the same time. Luca's chasing after Domi. He just keeps hitting that curb way too hard. He keeps hitting all the curves a little too hard. Let's see what Luca can do. That 3-second time penalty, not beautiful. It does mean that he's technically in about P4 right now. However, you know, you just got to take it on the chin and show what kind of a race you can have. Anyway, Luca, Felix 1, upon Luca, upon Domi, upon BlackBerry, upon Jesfile, upon Leon, upon Gabri, upon Mihai, upon Eweg, upon Ruby for the first lap of this safety car restart. Felix 1 has set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far. Mihai loses another position to Eweg. And I'll tell you what, I would not be surprised if Mihai's about to lose another position to Ruby. However, it looks like Ruby's suffering from a little pedal trouble again, because his car looks like it's got about 100 horsepower less than all the other cars. It looks like he's got the downforce of a Formula 1 car, but the engine of a Formula 2 car. And I'm not even joking, Ruby genuinely looks like he's Fernando Alonso in 2015 here, or 2016. GP2 engine, GP2 engine. Yeah, that doesn't look good from Ruby's situation. Oh, when did BlackBerry overtake Domi? Oh, I missed that. I can't say I'm exactly surprised. He's on a softer tyre, but you know. Anyway, we might see another championship leading move. Again, Felix 1 sets another fastest lap of the race. BlackBerry really pushing it. Felix 1 really pushing as well, to be fair. They're all pushing, except for Domi, who's laying back. I think Domi's going to win this race, in all honesty. He's just going to wait for his opportunity and then he'll strike. I feel like that opportunity will come in about 6 or 7 laps. BlackBerry's starting to drop back a bit from the 2 leaders. The second I say that, starts to gain on them again. And the second I've said that he gains on them, he gains more. Anyway, Leon making a position up on Gabri. Interesting place to overtake. But that is low ERS Aston Martin right there. And that is the car of a man who is about to lose a position to many cars on this next straight. Yep, and there's one. How many positions will Leon lose. There's one through the penultimate corner. We're about to see the Alfa Romeo gain a position. Now the Ferrari gain a position. Mihai isn't going to get it though, and that Ferrari is going to slip ahead. Big battle at the back and big battle at the front this race. Nothing in between. Do you know what? Whoever wins this battle gets their own little win. Bottom 5 versus the top 5. P6 is now P1, P7, P2, P8, P3, P9, P4 and P10 and P5, and then obviously this P is the same thing. But we're going to have 2 races now, so, you know, I've declared this. So whoever wins out of this battle wins, kind of. Domi gets a 3-second time penalty. That's he could still yeah, he could still win. Anyway, Felix 1 starting to create a little bit of a gap. Still not a massive gap, but a gap nonetheless. In fact, we've got Felix 1 coming in not Felix 1, Luca coming in close. Not close enough though. Now, what's Prix going to go for here? Is he going to go for the get out of my way approach and overtake Luca? Or is he going to sit back, gather some ERS, and see if he can make a position based on them battling? He's got no one behind him. Well, he does, but not exactly close behind him, so that could be an option for him. Luca needs to try and just find a place to overtake, because he's got the... Get a new microphone, sorry it keeps cutting out, everyone. He needs to find a place to overtake. He's had the pace to do it. He just needs to get close enough. I think this... Oh! Way too hard into that corner. Locked the brakes. He's going to have DRS to recover. But I think Prix's adopted a different situation. Not a different situation, but he's picked one of the plans. And I think he might stay back a bit and wait for these two to fight. That's heartbreaking for Luca right there, because if he just kept with him, that would have been the DRS overtake that he needed to get into the lead of the race. He's got the pace right now, because that soft tyre is dropping off. Felix 1's pushed so hard, it's become a goo wrapped round his wheels more than a tyre. So, you know, Luca's going to have the pace to overtake the Alfa Romeo, and the Alpine driver might be able to secure his first win of the season and his first win in GFRL. Let's see, is he going to make an overtake into the chicane? Nope. Is there going to be an overtake that comes on the DRS straight? I think there might be. It was supposed to be the last lap. It wasn't, due to a massive lock-up here. Ruby has crashed, I think. There's a safety car. Are the drivers going to take an opportunity to pit here? I think they are. Domi stays out. Domi stays out. Joseph Villay into the pits. This could be interesting. Not a last lap safety car. 4 laps left though. Domi on the worn medium tyre. Mihai gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Can't say I'm surprised. Luca, Prix and Felix 1 all making their ways out of the pits. Let's see what tyres these guys have got on their car. Felix 1 coming out on the pits on the soft compound tyre. Luca also on the soft, and Prix again on the soft tyre. Don't know if these are fresh. Are these freshies? They might be. Good to them if they had a fresh set of softs, during, bearing in mind how many tyres we used in qualifying. There was a hell of a lot. They could have gone for softer race setups, to be fair. Domi's going to lose out here, I reckon. I mean, this safety car is probably going to go in about lap 30. It's going to leave us with 2 laps of racing action. I reckon the driver most favoured to win here has to be Felix 1. All Domi has to defend, to be fair. That's all Domi has to do. Blackberry's on the podium, pretty much guaranteed here, provided he doesn't crash. Luca's penalty is going to hit him at a time where he didn't want it to, and that's at the end of the race. But I'm not going to lie, in Saudi Arabia, the amount of safety cars was ridiculous. These safety cars have actually been interesting because they've affected the race in such a manner that it's thrown the strategy that all the drivers will have had in their heads out the window, and they've had to come up with something on the spot. So this is why I like strategic safety car, not strategic safety cars as in someone hits the wall on purpose to cause a safety car, but actual safety cars that influence strategy. It makes it really interesting because it makes Formula 1 more than a sport. It makes it a mental challenge. I mean, to be fair, sports are supposed to be mentally challenging, not mentally challenged. That's a very different thing. It just makes it fun. It makes it more interesting for me. Shows the complicated side of racing. Not just feel like very close to Blackberry Hall there, trying to go almost round the outside. Right, either the safety car is going to be in this lap or the next lap. I think it'll be this lap actually. But that will mean that we'll have 3 laps of racing action to decide our winner here at Imola, which has to be my favourite race of the season so far. I am glad that I've commentated on this. Saudi Arabia was alright, but it seemed a bit ridiculous. Yeah, safety car in this lap. Portugal was amazing, to be fair. I had a lot of fun watching Portugal. Most drivers of the season in Portugal. However, do you know what? This race has been brilliant for me to watch. I've liked the amount of drivers fighting for the win. Right, let's see. Let's see. Domi obviously going to set the pace for the safety car restart. Felix 1 keeping very close behind. Ready? Ooh! Big slide out that corner for Domi. And he's going to lose the position to Felix 1 almost right off the start. Big shocker start for Domi. Big surprise there. We're on board with Blackberry here, watching Felix 1 go into turn 1, Tamburello, to try and take the lead of the race. And nothing's going to come of it here. Oh, Blackberry might have an opportunity to go up the inside there, but he's not going to take it. That's fair enough. Didn't really show itself. It's going on board with Felix 1 here. Do you know what? Luca's about to go try and make a move. Anyway, we've got 2 laps of racing action here in Imola to decide our winner. Oh, Domi doing a very good job of a defence here. However, I don't feel like it's enough. Anyway, DRS will be enabled on the very, very last lap. So, let's see what they do with it. Luke is taking the lead of the race. I do apologise. I'm not going to lie, the winner does not have to win. The winner has to get P3 here. Oh, Felix 1 off the track. Oh! I'd like to apologise for that. My mic's just cut out again there. I've just missed one of the most exciting parts of the race there. I really do apologise. Felix 1 has just crashed and is out of the race and left the session. this does in fact mean that, do you know what? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Because every time we do, something ends up happening. I don't know if I've just jinxed it there, but you know. Anyway, let's get on board with Gabri here today. Joseph File right in front of him. He has been gaining on him for the last few laps, and Haas is going to have DRS on the next lap. No, never mind. This is the last lap. Let's get on board with Domi. Let's see what he can do. He's 1.6 seconds behind the leader. And that, oh, just feel like 12 seconds worth of time penalties. That's not what you would like. Yeah, it's not great. Anyway, Blackberry Hall here, 6/10 behind leader Luca in the Alpine. 5.5 tenths now on the last lap of the race. You know what? Blackberry Hall has had a decent race. And I'm trying not to be happy here because, you know, yeah. All Blackberry has to do is rein it in. 3-second time penalty for Leon. That knocks it up to 6 seconds. I think Ruby's going to score about P7 here, thanks to penalties. Blackberry Hall going round the penultimate corner. Luca is going to cross the line here in first. However, his 3-second time penalty makes Blackberry a winner in GFRL. That win he has been waiting for so long finally comes his way, and Blackberry wins the Italian Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Here in Imola. Wow. Well done to Blackberry. Incredible race. Sorry, I was trying to seem relaxed at the end of that, and trying not to put too much pressure here on Blackberry, but absolutely fantastic to the guy. That win's just been trying to come for him basically since the start of the season, and this does put him in the lead of the Drivers' Championship right now. This is the same man who said yesterday that he wouldn't lead the Drivers' Championship for long, and now he leads it by quite a margin. Well done to Blackberry, well done to Luca, and well done to Gabri, who's made it on the podium. Well done. I want to see if I can get these guys into the commentary box, because, you know, I need to talk to these guys. Anyway, let's see Blackberry. Yeah, let's add Blackberry. Let's see if I can get Ruby in here. Well done to Blackberry, who came in first finally after so long. We have Luca in second, Gabri in third, Eweg in fourth, Domi in fifth, Ruby in sixth, Leon in seventh, Mihai in eighth, Joseph File in ninth, Felix 1 in 10th, Aiden in 11th, and Kevin in 12th. The last 9 obviously being DNFs. Well done to the drivers. Well done. Well done to you all. That was a great race. I did enjoy watching that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Oh. Yeah. I hope people join, but you know, not always that people join. We've hoping for Leon to join soon. Not Leon, Ruby to join. I don't know, hopefully the podium. Hey!
It's happened, it's finally happened.
He's a winner! He's a winner!
The amount of times it's come so close. It's finally worked out.
Mate, I'm so happy for you. You've deserved this for such a long time. It's finally come your way.
Yeah, I mean, I bottled qualifying, but
Yeah.
I set 13.9s like 7 times for the race.
Hello, Cosmic.
Hi, Ruby. I'm in a party with a winner.
Oh, Blackberry's already in?
Yeah. I already have Blackberry friended. I'm honestly happy.
Before me.
I'm honestly happy for you, man. I had to shut up towards the end of the race because the amount of times where I've gone, if Blackberry holds this together, he will become a winner in GFRL. So I just shut up and I just didn't say a word. But yeah, honestly, a lot of drivers there. A lot of drivers who deserve to win that race.
I got a warning on the last lap as well.
Yeah, honestly, fantastic drive from anyone. That's got to be my favourite race of the season so far. Yeah, was that at the opening at the start of the race where you got knocked off? Yeah, I think I caught that. Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, if that safety car didn't come out, I think I probably could have won it as well, because I was getting a second a lap on Aiden.
Yeah.
I mean, my hards were 1 lap old or something when the safety car came out.
Yeah, it was a good race from everyone. That was great. But yeah, honestly, credit to you, Blackberry. Finally came round. You deserve that win. Everyone deserved that win. There were so many drivers who could have won. However, you definitely deserved it.
Thank you.
Luca, a little unfortunate from you. Again, I said that lots of drivers deserve to win. You being one of them. You had the pace and everything, but that penalty... yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you and Blackberry are 1-2 in the Drivers' Championship right now. Blackberry does hold first in the Drivers' Championship. This is the same guy who told me last weekend that my second place is going to drop down significantly, and he's moved up one. So yeah, you did.
I got shafted in Portugal there as well, so.
Yeah. 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 Fantastic. I've been talking about throughout this race the top 5 drivers in GFRL at the moment, and this is going to move me on to Gabri right now. Now, I said the top 5 drivers in GFRL had to be Domi, Felix 1, Luca and Blackberry. Now, you've only realised I've mentioned 4 there, and that's because I was stuck on the 5th driver being either Gabri, Aiden, or Josephile. And, Gabri's summed up the 5th best driver in GFRL by scoring his podium today, by beating the other 2. I don't know if that qualifies as being the 5th best driver in GFRL, but in my opinion, it is. Because I think he drove an absolutely fantastic race. What do you think you did, Gabri?
Mate, I don't know what to say. I mean, all of this day I also had a fever, so with energy level I was completely down. I didn't expect to be able to push so hard today, and even in qualifying I messed up my lap, so it was going all wrong. On the first lap I clipped the grass on the outside and I spun on myself. And then Josephine was just so faster than me, I didn't think I was gonna get him even with the penalty. Then the safety car came out, the people in front of me got spun around and crashed. And I mean, on one side it was a miracle, but on the other side I'm very proud of my drive today.
Well, you should be proud of your drive because...
Gabri, er is Barry. I have something for you, because your first podium is in your home race, on home soil.
Oh, it's his first podium.
I cannot believe it.
It is.
Please let me surprise Eris Barry real quick with his Italian anthem. But unfortunately, I have to stop it because you were not the best one in this race. So,
I think I'm crying right now.
So I think someone deserves it more, who just won his first race, and it's a British anthem.
Easily the best anthem, easily.
Okay. That's I think people will not like it. Here is the theme song of Formula 1. Oh wait, let me get it real quick. So here for Luca is the F1 theme song. I think people are now tuning out of the stream. So thanks for watching, because you're hearing this anthem and you think I'm closing this stream. But this one is for Luca. This feels good, but you're not the winner, so I don't play the whole anthem. GG's, guys.
Anyway, thank you for watching GFRL today. Our last one before the season break, and I hope you weren't traumatized by that last song. I hope you all have a great holiday and Merry Christmas from the Conbox.
See you in Monaco in January the 4th? Is it the 4th?
Yeah,
5th. Okay.
Get ready for 20 DNFs, or however many drivers we have. I'll see you then.